sun kind of came up, the light was coming up, so I went to Waimea and I was up there on the beach about 5:30, quarter to 6 or so. And I paddled out and I thought I was the first guy out. There was a girl out already, and it was Phyllis. Phyllis Dameron.
So that was Phyllis Dameron, famous bodyboarder.
She was out before me. There's one person out before me. It was Phyllis, and she got this monster wave, and I saw this girl take off on a boogie board, free fall about 20 feet down the lip, and bounce and make it and turn into this giant barrel and just came out of the tube, and I was like, who the hell is this bitch? Right? And I couldn't believe it. I was like blown away, and it was dark, and it was just me and her, and I looked at her and I go, Phyllis? And she goes, yeah, it's me. It's me. And I was like, oh my God, that was a beautiful wave, Phyllis. And so we surfed together, and there's a bunch of people out, and then we've been out for 3 hours, and then I was thinking about going in, and it was about 11 o'clock. Big set coming in, everybody was scratching out. Louis Ferrara was with me, and a bunch of guys, and Tommy Carroll, and the set came in, everybody was scratching, and I was like right in the spot, so I whipped it around, no paddle, take off, stand up, free fall, make the drop, and then try to pull into the barrel. I pull into the barrel, and you know how the Waimea has that clamshell? It shut down on me, boom, and I tried to power through the wave, but it collapsed right on top of me, and my board, I was standing on it, it flipped sideways. I fell on the rail as it was coming up, and I came down with the lip on the rail. Snapped me right in my femur on the top of my hip here. Snapped my femur, and I couldn't feel it because it just had a little sting, and I was like, oh, they're kind of smart. And I reached for my leg after I came up after the wave, and my leash was on my broken femur, on my broken leg. And I reached for my leg, and I grabbed my left leg. It was my right leg that was snapped. I grabbed my left thigh on the inside, and I was like, I took a bigger, wider reach around and came back and grabbed my same left leg again, and I was like, what the, And then the wave came around, something was smacking me in the back of the ear here like this, and I was like, what the? I grabbed this thing and I looked at it, it was somebody's foot. And I was like, whose freaking foot is this? And I was like, what? That's my foot. And I was like, that's my foot, And I was like, oh my God. Louis Ferrara paddles up to me and he goes, fucking broken femur, Titus.
Oh, they didn't cut him off.
My leg back, pulling it up, pull it out, stretched it out. My leg was so stretched out. It pulled my leg out. My bones was like this. And they pulled it out, and then they made it like that, and put it back like that. And I was like, don't move my freaking leg. Don't move it, right? So we're like floating around, and here comes this set, and this set's in the middle. This set's in the middle of the bay. This set's in the peak, and we're in the middle of it, and we're trying to get up the channel, and the middle of the bay is breaking on us, and then the waves, Waimea is coming down on us, so we try to get in the rip and out of the way. And so the whole while, next thing you know, no jet ski. Pre-jet ski. So we're floating around for about 45 minutes, and I'm fading out, and I go, you know what, you guys are just gonna take a nap. You guys wake me up when the chopper gets here. No, get up, stay up. So everybody's trying to keep me up. 45 minutes later, we hear a chopper coming. Chopper comes, it's hovering over the top of us, and now it's Louis, me, Derek, Ambrosi. Yeah, Dombrowski. Yeah, so there's like 5 of us in the net. The net comes down, we all get in the net, and there's 5 of us going, and the helicopter picks us up. Now we're only about 20 feet in the air off the water, but we're in the peak, and the peak is breaking right on top of the net. Like waves are going right on top of us, and it's pulling us down. And then when the wave releases us, we're shooting back up in the air, boing like that. And then everybody's like everywhere, and my leg goes through the net. My leg goes through the net, and it's going like this all over the place, and I'm like, and everybody, they're trying to pull me back up through the net. I'm like, they get my leg up to the net, and they're hold my leg there, right there. And the helicopter guy doesn't know we're just hanging in the impact zone. Like this, like a sack of balls, right? Impact zone, right? So what happens is like somebody had to paddle out of our circle, out so that guy in the helicopter can see him and goes, you gotta go up, you gotta go up. So he brought us up over the surf, then he shot us up to the beach at Waimea and dropped us off on the beach. And by that time, my leg had been swollen up about, I swear, it was about 2 feet wide on my femur. And it was pretty gross looking and really, really, really giant and full of blood. And so I was like rushed from the ambulance into another helicopter. It was an Army helicopter that shot us over the land through Waimea Valley and over to the Queen's Hospital. And the whole time we were flying over, they gave me a shot of morphine, and I was like, yeah, thank you so much. And the whole time I was flying over Honolulu, and I was looking over the outside of the chopper, and I was going, wow, nice, this is good. And I spent 2 days in the hospital. They put a rod in my femur, and then 4 months later I was back in the water. A lot of training, a lot of hard work, and a lot of dedication. But just like everybody else here, you guys are all warriors as well. And so I know each and every one of you out there has got the warrior spirit in you. And so keep that spirit strong and keep it going and feed it to your kids. Thank you. Aloha.
All right, so